we doing today, Brick?
Yeah, I think we're cutting the hair.
Cutting the hair. All right, and we're going to do this for the podcast, and we're going to be donating your hair for Locks of Love, right? And then we got the lovelies behind the bar, Nicole and Liz here, hanging out, serving it up, and they just really wanted to be witnesses to this, right?
This tomfoolery.
So he wants to look like a Viking today, and we're going to see if we can pull that off. I'm sure we can, right? So I don't know what to tell you guys. I have no idea which direction this one's going to head. But
that's not very comforting.
It is definitely heading in a direction. Podcast number 85, getting rolling.
We're rolling.
Why are you sitting over there laughing?
So are we rolling?
We got that.
What? Are we rolling? Wow, that's how we start this one off.
I wasn't quite ready for that.
Oh, my God.
Did you know that was
It's
happening?
gone.
Now he looks like the guy from Dumb and Dumber.
Wow.
You know.
Hold on a second.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you donate to old ladies with locks?
Oh, my God. I got to take a picture of this.
Cow.
I got to take a picture of this. All right, let me get one more picture of that, Brick.
It looks like that goes on the back of my truck.
Wow, I can make a lure out of this. It looks like a tail off a fox.
I got to get a good picture. This is one of those moments you're not going to get back. I got to make sure.
Stick
it way in front of me here.
Do what?
Just right here. Just like pull. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I need to go get my gun.
Okay. Wow. So, welcome to the Connected by Water podcast presented by Joey Cardi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and fueled by Papa's Pilar Rum. I am your host, Dennis Friel, and my guest today is Captain Brick Peoples, right? And he has pledged to cut off his hair, and I really hope the cameras were rolling when it happened, and they were, and your hair is gone, my friend. So, I want to thank my good friend, Kelly I, who is here today, that we haven't seen each other since high school. Right. And then within the first 5 minutes of seeing each other, she did that. And then there you go. And here we are. And we're rolling. So how does that feel? Does it feel like cooler and lighter in the back? I mean, bam.
Look.
You know what?
Girls?
You look like the guy from
Kelly, I got newfound respect for you because you really just feel just like, yeah, that's it.
Oh, thanks. Now I look like the guy from Dumb and Dumber.
You won't for long.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but.
Thanks, Dennis.
No, I'm just kidding.
Can we turn their mics off?
Get the shaggin' wagon outside? So, for those of you not watching at home and just listening to this, what just happened is my good friend Brick Peoples has come in today and says for the longest time that he wants to cut off his hair, which was about a football field long worth of hair. And I said, well, why don't we do it on the podcast? Apparently he reminded me today that this was my idea, which I don't remember this being my idea. But
yeah, it was.
So, okay, so I trust you. You're a good pal. I'm not going to deny that. So this might have been my idea at one point. And here we are, and your hair is getting chopped off, and we're trying to make you look like this Viking guy that you like. What's his name again?
Uhtred of Bammenberg.
Okay, Uhtred of Bammenberg, whatever.
We're going to just let her make it look somewhat decent.
Okay, no, I'm sure she's going to do a great job. Yeah. It's going to look awesome.
Yeah. I'm trusting you on this.
You should.
Dennis, could you tell our viewers at home how the length of hair that has just been removed?
Now I have a blind lady.
Oh, all right, see, it's right. I forgot the viewers are home. Or the non-viewers are home. So the length of hair, we just cut out of, what is that? Is that 12 inches?
That's a foot.
14 inches, something like that? Yeah. It's about a foot's worth of hair. And
if that thing moves, I'm shooting it.
Yeah, and you're right. We can. I should call Andy. Andy could probably make a good lure out of this.
I could make a good lure out of it.
Lures of love.
Yeah, but if we got one of Andy's heads.
Wow. So we're cutting off your hair. You're going to donate your hair to Locks of Love today. And
this is going to a good cause because
it
feels as though I'm going to be bald.
Wow. So your hair was really, really long, and now it's not.
It's
still long. Still a lot longer than my hair.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Right. Do you feel liberated?
Huh?
Do you feel like liberated and free now?
It's going to be cooler.
Yeah?
And it won't be in my face when I'm trying to do anything.
All right.
Or at least I don't think it's going to.
Okay.
I just feel like big clumps coming off.
Gotcha. So I'm just kind of mesmerized and dumbfounded as to where we go from here. So, yeah. So anyway,
straight into the history books is where we go.
We got a big tournament coming up, don't we?
I have to look good for it.
You have to look good for the tournament, right? So
no, I'm the director.
He's the tournament director. This is the tournament director for the Jimmy Johnson franchise here. We're calling it the franchise because we got the Jimmy Johnson proper, and the Billfish Championship, and then we got our Atlantic City tournament coming up here next month. Because now it's May.
Well, July.
No, well, it's almost It's almost. I was going to say it's almost June, so it's in about a month and a half, roughly, give or take. And you're getting yourself all dialed up and ready to go. Man, you got like no hair on the side.
You know, just sitting there watching you watch.
Well,
it's kind of scary.
I'm just saying, it's like, I can't imagine you would. I can now, but I couldn't imagine you before with short
It's
hair.
been 3 years since I cut my hair.
Okay. Well, it's been 0 years now.
Well, it might be 4 years before I cut it again.
Dennis, I'm so glad you asked me to participate in this. This is really entertaining.
Yeah. You having a good time?
I am. Thank you.
All right. Good. Me too. So what do you want to talk about, Brick? Tell me about your Viking show. Tell me about it. Because
you have to watch it.
You started sending me pictures of like a Viking and said, this is what I want to look like.
The Last Kingdom.
Right, we'll do
you
our
have
best.
to watch The Last Kingdom. Uhtred of Babenberg.
Okay.
He's the guy.
All right.
He's the Viking.
Now, is he a
He's had like
historical
6
figure?
or 8 wives.
Is he a good guy?
He's a Viking.
He's a Viking.
Yeah, he's a good guy, though. He gets along with the English people, so the kings.
He gets along with the English people?
Yeah, he gets along with them. He pledged himself to them.
Are you blowing things here? Are you spoiling things? By
Yeah,
saying
so I
that?
really don't want to. So, yeah.
All right, so we're not going to talk about that because you're trying to convince me to watch this show.
You have to watch
it. And you're dropping spoilers, so we're not going to do that. So.
Yeah. Just know he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
All right, cool.
So
cool. I want to give a special shout-out to one of our people at the bar today. Actually, both of our people at the bar, but I just do want to mention one thing and say by the time this airs, Nicole, you will be 21, right? So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Nicole.
She turns 21 years old. And happy birthday. So thank you for everything. Brick, talk to me about the tournament because I want to talk about this tournament because I'm pretty excited about it because it's roughly in a month and a half, and we're going to be up in New Jersey, in Atlantic City, right? Fishing. Well, we're not going to be fishing, but we're going to be there.
We'll be there.
Right? With the tournament. A lot of guys be fishing.
Blue marlin, white marlin.
What makes this different than our tournament down here? I know it makes it different, but I want you to talk about
Well, what
that.
makes it different is, we're going to be fishing for a lot of different things that we don't fish for down here. We're going to be fishing primarily up there for blue marlin, white marlin, and tunas, yellowfins, and big eyes. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be running. It's going to be so much different than what we do here because they run so far offshore. Mm-hmm. We can't talk to them.
Right.
On the radio during the day. We have no communication with them. So it's going to be exciting every afternoon, every evening to, who knows what's coming in. We won't know until they actually get there.
Right. So how much of this tournament is catch and release and how much is...
Well, we try to do a good split. I mean, all the tournaments up north, we wanted to do something a little bit different than what they do up there. Mm-hmm. And most of those tournaments don't do a whole lot for catch and release.
Okay.
So we're doing a big category, $2,500, 90%'s getting paid out to the winner, and 10%'s going to charity. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But they have to learn to do what we do down here. It's all video. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to initialize cameras and things that they've never done up there before in the past. So the captain's meeting will be very interesting. And hopefully I can teach these people and show them how to do it so that we don't have any, mistakes.
Yep.
Because I hate disqualifying anybody's fish.
Yeah, that's never fun. Never fun. And also in true South Florida Fish Heart Events style, we're bringing the hospitality.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have the whole parking lot set up as a village, and all the vendors will be in there. All the sponsors and the vendors will be in the village, and there'll be live music and food, and You know Todd and Valerie, they throw crazy parties
Yep,
constantly.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure that the parties and the events are going to be just off the chain.
And I think the cool thing about this tournament up there is that the entire town of Atlantic City is really who's promoting this with us.
Supposedly from the people that we've talked to, it's the talk of the whole area. Everybody's, looking forward to it, excited for it, because there hasn't been a big tournament up there in 20-plus years.
Right.
So we're going to be the one.
Yeah, that's awesome. The Golden Nugget is involved. That's where the marina
That's
is,
where Farley's
right?
Marina is, and the Golden Nugget. We're going to have rooms at the Golden Nugget. I'll probably be staying at the Golden Nugget because it's close to the marina.
Mm-hmm.
And then
in the Hard Rock there, too?
Hard Rock, a lot of events and stuff will be taking place at the Hard Rock.
Right. Super excited about that.
Yeah, which is over on the boardwalk. And the big pier goes straight out from the back of the Hard Rock.
Oh, it does? I've never been to Atlantic City as many times as I've been in New Jersey, which is a lot. Because my whole family's from there. My wife is from there originally. I'm a native, born and raised here. But I've actually never been to Atlantic City. I've been to the boardwalk on the northern side of the state and everything, but never been.
I mean, they have a beautiful marina there.
You look like you're ready to attack the English.
Yes.
Or open for Guns N' Roses.
Liz, could you please bring me my sword?
Yeah. Got it. Gotcha, Brick.
We should have brought him like one of those like handmade leather vests.
Brick, do you have a motorcycle? Because you need one now. I mean,
A motorcycle?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I drive a big black truck.
Yeah. He looks
So-
good, though. I'm impressed.
What, my black truck or my hair?
The hair.
Okay.
The hair. No, we have a truck sponsor. So.
Yeah, I know. So I
Right.
intentionally didn't say where it came from.
So I want to talk a little bit more about the Jimmy Johnson stuff in Atlantic City. So,
Yeah.
Are they full? Can you still sign up?
You can still sign up. Absolutely.
There's a lot of boats in already, though.
I think we're somewhere around 65 to 68 boats signed up already.
Nice.
And we're hoping to get to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, a lot of the boats up there don't sign up until the last minute, the week before, 2 weeks before, because of the weather.
Yeah.
Because they're running 125 miles, up to 125 miles. Nobody wants to sign up, months at not nobody, but people like to wait till the last second and see what the weather's going to be. And I think that's when we're going to get a lot more boats when we get close.
All right. Cool.
So we'd really like to get to 100 boats.
Yeah. I think they'll get there.
I think we will.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the big talk up there. I mean, everybody knows about it at this point. So, I mean, we're not giving out money like some of the other tournaments over there yet, but they had to start somewhere too, and I can guarantee you they didn't start giving out $1 million.
Yeah.
So we'll be giving out $1 million first year.
Well, I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to get up there with you. And we're going to be set up there in some capacity.
Are you going to come out and play with me all week?
Yeah, we're going to go hang out. Absolutely, 100%.
All right.
Do you think I would let you go
Without
to
you?
Atlantic City without me?
Well, I would hope
What
not.
about me?
You want to come?
Yeah.
Then let's go. That's right. Well, you're going to have to go as an employee of Connected by Water.
Will you be 21 by that time?
She will be.
Gamble away, my friend.
And I'm just going to run through a couple of notes here, too. We also have the Tournament of Champions coming up, right?
That's in December.
December
we moved
9th through 11th.
Yeah, we had it last year right before Thanksgiving.
Right.
And we moved it back to the second week, I think it is, in December, first week of December.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Miami Billfish Tournament of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic tournament last year.
And only like 30 teams qualify for that, right?
30 teams.
Wow.
And it was phenomenal fishing. So we're hoping for phenomenal fishing again.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll have 30 teams, which are going to be the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
They have to qualify by placing in our tournament, winning a certain amount of money in the last 3 years in our tournament. And they'll get their golden ticket. And then golden tickets get sent out, and then we'll see who responds. But we should have at least 30 boats this year.
Yeah, nice.
So it'll be great. It'll be a lot of fun.
So for then moving forward past beyond that we got the Jimmy Johnson in 2022. There's a new format this year. right? Or next year?
Yeah, I believe we're going to have a separate catch and release. I mean, a separate fun fish categories.
Okay.
And the rest of the tournament will be the same, but they'll be basically their own tournament within a tournament. Will be just for fun fishing.
Gotcha.
The dolphin, tunas, wahoos, and that kind of thing.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent. So for those of you that don't know, Rick is the director for all these tournaments that we're discussing here today, which are the premier tournaments.
We like to think they're the best.
That's what I'm saying. The premier tournaments, and not only in just South Florida, but now moving beyond up into the Eastern Seaboard with the Atlantic City show too. So very excited about all that. So I just wanted to give a quick little recap before we kind of get more into the Viking stuff. Yeah.
How's it looking? Seeing as how I can't see
It's
it.
looking good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to show you
I'm
yet.
jealous.
Right?
Yeah, I don't
want to disrupt the artist and her work.
2021.
Right?
Am I looking at 2021? Liz?
Yeah, very much so.
All right.
I think we should leave it like that.
Well, I'm going to just clean up this little part and then...
You're almost done, brother. Looks good. You look. Patty will be very happy.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, we'll see.
Absolutely. So, I have to ask you.
Uh-oh. What kind of questions do you have to ask me? That could be scary.
Well, Patty wanted me to ask you. I guess this could be our strange question. Right?
This can't be good.
Because I still can't pronounce this name, this Uhtred or whatever.
Uhtred.
Uhtred.
Uthed.
Right? So she said that she watched this series with you and had to stop watching it because there's too many beheadings. So
that may be true.
Right, and then
Might be one
she
when
just
he gets
wanted
home.
to know which.
I mean, they're Vikings.
Which Uhtred you're going to get, and it's one of these. She sent me the picture of all these here. So I guess everyone's all in this guy. I got to watch this show. Oh, you get the man bun. Oh wait, I got to get a picture of this with the man bun.
Wait, we have a man
Ready?
bun?
Yeah,
It's
here-
a
here
top
you go.
knot.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. Oh, that's good. That's going to be. You know what? You're going to want to make this your profile picture. It's a gem right there. It's good. Right?
Glad I can't see without my glasses on.
Oh, there you go. So, talk to me.
I
know you're a little distracted right now.
Well, I mean, I am getting all my hair cut off. Hasn't been done in quite a long time. But you say
So
it looks
what
good.
are you going to do with your new young look?
Probably put a hat on.
Yeah. So now, when you go across to the Bahamas, you're going to feel like you're a Viking crossing the water to conquer a new land.
I need a sword.
You're going to go raiding.
Well, that's kind of pirate-ish, isn't it, too? I think I got to have a sword.
You got to have a sword?
Yeah, I'm going to need a sword.
Okay. All right. You have to write that on your Christmas list. You get you a sword.
Oh, hell no. I'll go buy one. I'm not going to wait that long. I got to have one before that.
So, all right. So now that you get the Viking look going on, right? Tell me, like, what's in your plans here for the Viking look?
Some leathers.
I don't know. I haven't really given it any thought because I didn't really know this was reality
Because
until now.
there's all these axe throwing places you can go to now.
Raiding
I could go with
monsters.
Tiny.
Right? The what?
With Tiny.
Yeah, with Tiny. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Tiny can take you axe throwing.
There's actually one right by my house.
There you go. Now, see, now you're going to walk in there, and everyone's going to look at you and think you know what you're doing now.
Oh, yeah.
And I have no idea.
Might be true. But if you just take your time in picking up an axe for a while,
Yeah.
you're going to get some respect from some people if you walk into an axe throwing place. Especially if
Just
you
carry
walk
it, I could just carry an axe around.
in, and you just get like a mug of beer and just hold it. I know you don't.
It's got to be a pewter mug, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And just tell everyone it's your mead,
All right.
Grog.
right? Grog?
Grog. You got to have grog. You can't have beer.
Okay. What's grog?
I think it's a mixture.
It's a mix of rum and water and I don't know what else.
I think,
Really?
All sorts.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Grog. I've actually Googled it before, but I don't remember what all's in it. That's kind of grog right there. You got it.
It's the makings of
Yes.
Rum and Coke is,
Yeah.
is
Well,
grog?
Yeah.
It's
sure.
probably close to it. Yeah.
All right.
I think probably the dark rum is closer to grog.
Do you think Patty's going to be into the Viking look?
I'm thinking that she really isn't going to have a choice at this point.
Okay.
That's true.
All right. That's good.
No, she really didn't.
All right, Patty had nothing to do with that.
So, all right. This is going to help your romance style, right? 'Cause you were ragging on me the other night about the romance card, right? And me losing my romance card, right?
Well, that's because you didn't think Open Range was a chick flick.
I've never seen it.
Do you watch any movies?
Great movie.
I do. I watch a lot of movies.
Is it not a chick flick?
Not a chick flick. Great movie, though.
It's a chick flick. The good guy gets the girl at the end.
That's
Chick
what
flick.
That's it. That's what I said to you. Thank you for ruining the movie for me.
Oh, no,
You
there's
said
so
the
much.
same thing on Facebook, too, and that's what I commented.
Well,
I'm
I've
like,
already
well, now
ruined
I
it,
guess
so
I
I
don't
can't
need to
ruin
watch
it
it.
twice.
That's the least part. That's the least of the plot.
That's the
line.
least of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, then it's not a chick flick. If the guy gets the girl in the end, and that doesn't ruin the movie, then it's not a chick flick.
Agreed.
Liz,
Yes, sir.
have
Am
you
I-
seen
am I
Open
right?
Range?
Liz knows. She's from Texas.
It's a chick flick, if you ask me.
Listen, you want the advice of a Western? It's a Western, right? Could it be
Yeah.
classified as a
Yeah,
Western?
it's a Western.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can classify. So you got to ask someone from Texas.
I mean, it's got
Have you
Robert
seen the
Duvall
movie?
and Kevin
I have
Costner
not.
in it.
All right, so clarify this for me,
Okay.
okay? If you tell me, it's a Western, right? If you tell me, oh, it's a romantic film, the guy gets the girl in the end, and that doesn't ruin the movie, that can't be a chick flick. Am I right?
Yes.
No!
Yes.
You're outnumbered on this
Texas.
You're all sorts of wrong, Brick. Stick to Vikings.
I'll stick to. Yeah, but Vikings, they all die. It's Vikings.
They want to die.
Made in Manhattan is a chick flick.
Never seen it.
He owns it.
Britney Spears'
He
Road
owns it.
Trip
He owns it.
is a chick flick.
Have you seen that one?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Well, then how do you know about
Britney
it?
Spears, what?
Road Trip or whatever the heck it's called. Or
Have
something.
you heard of this movie?
Nope.
There's,
No,
what's the
Justin,
movie?
no one's heard of this movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm indicting myself here.
I mean, Open Range is the same as When Harry Met Sally, except they're in the West.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What? Time out.
Put your glasses on when you watch these.
No, you don't think?
No, sir. No, sir.
And there's a lot more killing.
Yes.
So who's the female counterpart in this?
Annette Bening.
Annette Bening. So Annette Bening goes into a coffee shop and has an orgasm, and that happens.
Negative.
No,
A lot
she
of-
might have done it in her garden, though.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, this is spiraling out of
There's a lot of shotguns and pump action rifles.
How did we get on this?
Kelly, are you done?
Shotguns and orgasms?
Yay!
Okay.
Look how handsome you are.
Well, I don't know. I can't see myself.
That was the whole point.
Cap,
We wanted that.
I am jealous. You look
You look
amazing.
good, Brick.
Yeah.
Can I put on my earphones?
You
now?
can put them on now.
Yes, sir.
You look good.
Get him a mirror, maybe?
All right.
Yeah, do we want to actually see what
You
this
look
Here,
weird.
let me take your picture.
Oh,
It's actually.
for the listeners
Oh,
at home.
see, look at with the mirror, Nicole with the mirror.
And you still have.
Oh, looks tight.
I like it.
I left
There you go.
It's gonna be so cool this summer.
Oh,
It's gonna be so much cooler this summer.
like built-in AC.
we liking it?
Good job, Kelly.
Love it.
This is awesome.
She is awesome. Would I steer you wrong?
I've only been doing it 30 years. If I mess that up, I'd never pro.
Yeah.
And then
She's a pro.
Then he says to me, should I be concerned? Right? I'm like, no, I've known this girl since high school. Right?
I mean, this is a bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
I mean, and she did it so quick.
I think that's the veteran experience going, we're going to just,
Was that what that
knock
was?
this off without you knowing.
Just,
I was actually
Right?
going slow.
yes.
I was stretching it out. But yeah, you look great like that, I think.
Now we have to donate it to.
We have to donate to Locks for Love, right? And then, here you go. Can we take a picture, Kelly? Are you ready? Here we go. All right, ready? 1, 2. We go back one more. 1, 2. All right, we got a good picture of that. Thank you very much, my good friend Kelly I, a fellow Redskin, not a chief.
Go Cowboys.
Not a chief. Please enjoy some rum at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Now I will.
You have to have a drink now.
Good drink.
Now I will.
I don't know if I trust you.
No, I'm serious.
So how does this feel?
I like it.
All this talk, all this build-up, we've been discussing this for like a year now, it seems.
It's
And
been since March.
since March, so 3 months.
But it was pretty big buildup when you haven't had your hair cut in 4 years, 3 years.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, this was a monumental step.
Monumental.
It actually takes a lot of guts to do what you just did, too.
Right.
That wasn't very encouraging.
So now we're ready to...
Does it look all right?
It looks great. Looks fantastic.
Are you lying to me?
No.
I don't know. I've never played poker with you. I'm not sure if you're lying or not.
Keep drinking. It'll look great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it came out very nice.
Good?
I love it.
Looks great.
Well, the girls all like it, so I really don't give a damn what you think.
And I have to say that this is a unique experience for me because I've never actually sat in front of another man and stared at him while he was getting his haircut.
And you were staring, too. It was kind of
Yeah,
disconcerting.
It was kind of like it's a very unique experience for me. I wasn't sure how I felt about it.
This is also a podcast first. This is the first haircut we've had
and
on the podcast.
We actually filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we got it on record. So now,
Wow.
now you got to tell me a story.
What am I telling you a story about? I'm going to Key West.
Yeah, so you're going to Key West. Oh, and you just got back from Key West.
I did
And
indeed.
you just got back from Key West. And you just went to the Bahamas and caught big yellowfin tuna. And I really didn't
Wait,
do anything.
where did we catch yellowfin tunas? Why have I not known about this until now?
2 weeks ago.
Off the second finger.
Off where?
The fingers off Freeport.
Oh, okay. I know where that is. I'm a captain. I should.
So yeah.
So I'm going to Key West.
Going to Key West.
We're fishing 2 days with Robert Trossett. You probably don't know him. You do know him.
I know who he is. I don't know him personally.
Robert, RT and I go way, way, way back to the 80s, fishing in St. Thomas. He used to come down and fish with us at St. Thomas. We're fishing 2 days with him. Then I got to bring the boat back to Ocean Reef, and then I hop on another boat and go to Chubb for a week.
Yeah.
Bahamas is all shut down back, well, at least the Berry Islands are. I don't know if you've stayed on top of that. They shut Great Harbor down, and Chubb's under a curfew and more nonsense. And the blue marlin are biting at San Salvador and Cat Island.
Yeah, the bite's hot now.
It's getting, Kyle Weaver, I think, was 2 for 5 this morning in like 3 hours. So it sounds like it's starting to heat up down there pretty good. Yep. So wish I was going there, but I'm not.
Nope.
I got to go north this year. We're going to do an intercoastal cruise on the Coin, operated.
It sounds lovely.
Yeah, you know, the boss had to have surgery. He can't be out in the rough water. And, you know, he wants to use his boat. So this year, if that's what we got to do, then we'll go up there and show him a good time up that way.
Did you ever find your mate?
I'm still working on that.
All right. Let me know if you need me to fill in. I can draw some pictures on the way.
Come on.
So you're going to run the place for a little while. I'm going to go on a boat ride.
Yeah, got it.
All right. Cool.
So, but we're going to go, we got to go to Daytona for a night and stop and see his dad. Then we're going to go to Savannah. Probably stay a couple days in Savannah. And then to Beaufort, South Carolina. And then on up to Charleston.
Do you realize that we talked about Charleston like, what, a week ago?
Right.
Wasn't it? Right? Do you realize that every day since we spoke, I ran into somebody else that brought up to me Charleston?
Have you ever been?
I've never been to Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina
But
is
it was really,
epic
really
town.
weird that people keep
Beautiful.
bringing up Charleston to me.
Good food, too.
Great food.
Low country
I
cooking.
mean, I'm talking even people walking in here. Like, oh, hey, you talk, where are you from? You know, oh, we're Charleston. Like,
It is
really?
an amazing town. It is also known, you probably don't know this, you may not know this, it's known as the City of Love because it has more churches per square mile than any place in the country.
And the steeples are the tallest things there.
Yes, in the city.
They can't be.
That's an
They
ordinance?
can't
Yes.
build taller than the steeples.
Yes.
Wow.
I believe that. So when you fly in, you see nothing but the steeples are the tallest.
And it is steeped in history.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
that's where the Civil War started.
I do
Fort
know
Sumter.
that. I do know that. I'm very well aware of that. Yep, for sure.
And you can go
And
out
I do know
and
that
go on a
that's where
tour.
they caught Blackbeard. Close
And
to
that
there.
is where Edward Teach met his match,
Right.
met his maker. Yes. He was killed in
There were quite a few other pirates. That was really like the hub of where they would.
Well, because it's a deep water area to get into
pirate
the
catchers.
harbor.
Right.
Yep. So the pirates like to hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
If they had Vikings, they would have hung out there too. But
I tell you, I watched this Black Sails show.
I have only watched like an episode here and there.
All right, let me tell you about it. It's good, but it's not. None of it's real.
Right, we know that.
It mixes up like 5 different stories into one great pirate adventure, and which even like a lot of the stories of how these guys like met their end and stuff wasn't even true.
No,
to the real story. So, from that respect, being a history buff, I'm kind of like, I wanted a little bit more authenticity out of that, but but it was entertaining. It was fun.
Do you read any of the books on history of the Bahamas?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I mean. It's it's kind of like some of it was quasi accurate, but
right.
I guess they wanted Hollywood.
Do they talk in it about Watling?
Mm-mm.
He was a big pirate in the Bahamas, San Salvador. Part of his castle still standing up on a hill.
Mostly a Nassau thing is what they went through, and I think it was a little overblown on, the horny gold kind of methods were a little inaccurate historically, and the teach methods were a little inaccurate historically. They didn't talk about any of his syphilis stuff, which was a real thing that he dealt with on the daily, and there wasn't even like a glimmer of.
And you know why his beard and mustache were curled and came out to the side?
Why?
Because he would light the ends of it on fire to present himself as a more frightening figure.
Yeah,
he was a crazy man.
He was. Well, he went completely insane too,
right?
On account of the syphilis as well. But yeah, that was crazy stuff. I really get into the pirate history. I mean, in the the senior year in high school, I had to do one of my final papers. I did it on the history of piracy.
Really?
And this is pre-internet, so like I really had to dig out for all the books.
Well, the Bahamas was founded on piracy, and they're all still pirates over there today.
Right.
I mean, the government hadn't changed any.
Nope.
It's still the same.
No, and they just keep rolling with the punches of time, and we go right there to the go fast boats, and
and I didn't know that there was a difference between a pirate and a pirateer.
And a privateer.
Privateer.
Right.
Until I started reading up on it, I didn't know there was a difference.
Mm-hmm.
They had a letter of marque that allowed them to plunder.
Yes.
The privateers.
They were sponsored by whatever country sponsored them, and they could plunder whoever they wanted. That's what I needed to be.
What's the motivation behind that?
Money.
I know, but what does the country get out of that?
Money.
That gives so they hire them to be pirates.
They pay them to be privateers and plunder, and then it all goes back to Spain or wherever, and then it's their bounty.
Sir Francis Drake was a privateer, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Weren't they all? Weren't they all pirates? You going to tell me Christopher Columbus wasn't a pirate?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you he was a drug addict.
You're going to tell me that, or you?
I believe that Christopher Columbus was a drug addict. Okay.
Yes.
Who in their right mind? Back in that day, they believed the world was flat. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who in their right mind says, I'm going to sail that way? I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just going. And he did it.
So you're basing his entire drug addiction to just his
Who does that? What sane person does that? He had to be doing some sort of drug, or he drank a lot of grog. Because you don't make that decision of sound mind. The world was flat.
It's funny. Why would he do that? That's a good point. I'm actually trying to think about, like, seriously, why he would do that.
The drug of money.
There's got to be a financial benefit.
Yes, he was paid by the king or queen of England or of Spain.
Yes, Spain.
Spain, yeah.
No, Portugal.
And they believed
Queen Isabella of Portugal, right?
They believed there was a new world over here that there was full of riches. Now, they knew going the other way that they could get to it, but they wanted to go that way, figuring that it was shorter. Mm-hmm. Who does that? You're not a sane. I argue that not a sane person would do that.
I think he was like 2 or 3 days away from a mutiny as well.
Yes.
And then he got lucky, and they found
San Salvador. Mm-hmm. There's a big cross where he supposedly landed. I've taken pictures of it. So, I don't know. And then he went. What did he do? He was nothing but a pirate.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, so what's the pirate thing?
Well, he was a pirate. He went and he raped, pillaged, and plunders, and he enslaved all the people. He took them down to the Dominican Republic and sold them into slavery, and basically destroyed everywhere he went. Took all their loot and bounty and gold and silver and claimed it as his own. I mean, pretty much the definition of a pirate, if you ask me. So,
Privateer, even.
Yes, a privateer.
Sanctioned by the great people of Spain.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So we had Captain Harry on and Captain George Pavaromo on last week, and we talked a lot about the history of Miami, too. Right, and we're talking about the history of the Bahamas, the history of private or piracy. But you yourself have spent a lot of time in Miami.
Yeah, my whole life.
Your whole life, right? You're originally from South Carolina.
Our family was originally from
So
South
you're
Carolina.
Born and raised here?
I'm a third generation born and raised in Miami.
Okay. All right. Yeah, by the way, cheers for that. Okay. Give me your kind of analysis and summation on how Miami has evolved from a fishing standpoint. There could not, because we can, whatever, talk to her blue in the face about how Miami's evolved in general.
Yeah,
but,
it's a big difference.
But just from like a fishing culture standpoint, like, give me your kind of analysis, and also how that kind of affects maybe some conservation issues that are happening right now.
You know, I think I may shock you with my answer to this. Fishing, to me, is 10 times better now than it was when I first started.
Why?
Because of conservation. And because we have so many better techniques that we use now. Now, in 1978, I know you girls weren't even born yet. When I first started working on a charter boat, if we caught 2 or 3 sails in a day, we were talked about all week. If we caught 3 sails in a day, we were talked about all week because it just didn't happen. You might go out, you catch 1, you might catch 2. We use pinfish in the kites and cut their spines off the top of them. And we use barjacks in the kites. And we flew 1 kite. So we've evolved. Our bait has evolved. Our techniques have evolved from the old salmon hooks and to circle hooks now. I mean, a circle hook, if you hook a sail on a circle hook, he really isn't coming off unless you break the line. I mean, he's not coming unhooked. But back in the old days, we used salmon hooks. And then our big conservation to that was then they started making a salmon hooks like a dark blue or black, whatever color it was, because they made them out of a different material so that they would rust out. Because when we started, we used all stainless steel hooks. Mm-hmm. And those aren't rusting out. So back then, you caught 2 or 3 fish, you were talked about all week. You know, hey, those guys caught 3 sails on Tuesday. You know, it was great, awesome, unbelievable. I mean, now when we fish, we expect to catch 3 every day. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, if you come in and you haven't caught 3 sailfish, I mean,
you had a bad day.
If you're
in the right time of year,
going out looking to hit it,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
if you can be like, well, like Nicole the other day, they went out just like quickly in the afternoon. They won 1 for 1 on sales, and those surprised.
That was a great day.
A couple extra pilchard in the live well, so they figured they'd throw 1 kite up and see what would happen. You know,
but I mean, if you're fishing from January, February to March, and you're going sail fishing, if you don't catch 3 in a day, it's really not a great day. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's okay. You went, you had fun. But, I mean, my thing is as long as the boss has fun, I don't care how many we catch. As long as everybody's having a great time. That's the whole idea of why we're out there.
Right. Well, that's part of making a living at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's been a big difference. And then, you know, banning the fish traps off of the coast of Florida, you know, I think that made a big difference with the bottom fish, with the cobias, groupers, snappers. That's made a big difference where we actually can catch a mutton snapper now. You can catch a grouper now during the season, the closed seasons, and I think all that has made a huge difference. Sword fishing. I fished the swordfish tournament in 1977. Sorry, you girls weren't alive for that either. And, I mean, it was great. The fishing was phenomenal for swordfish back then, but then the longliners came in and wiped everything out, and it went downhill. And now that they've banned the longliners and things have come back, and we have viable swordfish tournaments now. I mean, I used to have 2 of them, the Miami Swordfish Tournament and Alamorada Tournament. I know RJ still runs a few, or Drew Kettlehut runs one, I think. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's a viable fishery now. And, I mean, that's something that has to be protected, because if they allow the longliners to come back in here again, it'll go just like it did last time.
Well, the daytime sword fishing, especially in recent years, has just exploded.
Exploded.
Yeah.
You know, the guys down in the Keys are the kind of the ones that came up with that. You know, Nick Stanczyk and his dad and uncle, and now it's come up here, although I can't catch one daytiming. So can't prove it by me, but I know guys are good.
Exciting form of fishing, but
no, I've done it, I don't know, 15 times, and I've yet to catch one. So I mean, there's a culture in Miami that's different, I think, than anywhere else in the state, right? But I don't know.
But I think it's, well, do you disagree with that?
You know, I hear everybody talks bad about Miami.
I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just
no, but I mean, they say the boating in Miami is crazy, especially the yacht guys and all the charters and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I like to think not.
Okay.
I mean, Miami does have a bad rap at some, to a certain extent, about the guys that fish out of Miami, and
I definitely think it has a bad rap. I don't think it's all justified. You know what I mean? Obviously, Miami's a big place.
It's huge.
It's the most populated place in the state, right? So
Right.
anytime you get more people, you're going to get more problems, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, fishing's still fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Good fishermen are going to catch fish.
Well, I think what I was getting at, though, was kind of just that, to play off that. But a lot of innovation has come out of Miami.
Well, kite
for our
fishing.
sport. And that's pretty much where kite fishing was born.
Well, kite fishing started with Captain Bob Lewis, who his son, I don't know if you know Jimmy Lewis. Jimmy and I grew up together, and I actually used to work for Bob Lewis when I was a kid. One of the few people alive that's still alive that ever worked for him. And I think he got the idea originally from California, but he brought it here to Florida. He developed the kites. He perfected the kites. And, I mean, now, we fly 2 kites if you're not flying 2 kites. And, our spreads have to be one way over there and one way over there. And we've just gotten so much better at it. And the technique is so much better at it than, back when I first started fishing, professionally, that it's incredible. It's not even close.
What made you start fishing professionally?
I loved it. I grew up fishing. I grew up fishing with my dad. My first trip to Bimini, I was 2 years old. And I went to Florida State with the idea of going to law school. I got accepted to go to law school, and I turned it down to fish. I was working for a guy, and I was the mate. It was on a boat called a Real Estate, and he said, well, I'm going to let the captain go. It's your job if you want it. I said, I don't even want to talk to you about this. I work for him. He said, okay. He came to me about a week later and said, okay. I let him go. And I said, well, I just got accepted to go to law school. And he said, well, I guess you have a decision to make. Look at that, on the spot bar girl right there, huh?
Look at that.
I saw the last sip go down.
And so I got accepted to go to law school, and I had a choice to make. Was I going to be the captain on this big 54 Bertram, which was the biggest, fanciest, fastest boat around at the time, or go to law school? I opted to go fishing.
So at that point, you're fishing. Was it a charter thing? Was it like a private
No,
thing?
private.
Private, completely. Are you fishing tournaments on that boat?
Oh, yeah. We fished all the tournaments, all the Marlin tournaments. We used to go to Mexico every year, down to St. Thomas every year. We fished all over.
Were you part of that light tackle culture down in Miami back then?
No, not back then. Well, we were for sail fishing, yes. We were. I mean, we fished 6-pound test all the time. That's what we fished out of the kites, because that's what he liked to do, was catch sailfish on 6-pound test. So we did that a lot.
That's a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take me through a little bit in your perspective, because I'd really like to understand this a little bit more, right? Because you were talking about history and like recounting history and everything, and thank you very much, Liz.
You're very welcome.
I think that it's really important to understand South Florida and the history of tournaments, right? So if you we're talking, and here's why I want to bring this up, because we're talking about the Jimmy Johnson, right? And the significance of what that tournament is, and there's been a lot of tournaments before the Jimmy Johnson, and there will be a lot of tournaments after the Jimmy Johnson, although we know the Jimmy Johnson will still be around when those new tournaments come around, right?
Absolutely.
But when we say, oh, this is the biggest, baddest tournament, there is, and we mean that when we say that. It's not just fluff, right? There's a history to tournaments, especially down in South Florida. And take me through some of those, and why do you think of tournaments, some of them just don't work anymore, and some of them do, and the fact that maybe they can't adapt, or maybe they can't evolve with changing trends in fishing?
Well,
what's your opinion on that?
Well, tournaments have evolved from the days back in the 70s. I won the Miami Billfish tournament back-to-back, caught 5 sailfish each year to win the tournament. One, they've evolved because fishing has gotten so much better. Why has fishing gotten so much better? Obviously, conservation plays a huge part of that. But to me, the bigger part of that is because fishermen have gotten better. We've all gotten better. We're better. I fish better now than I did when I was 30 years old. I'm a better fisherman now. And I think that plays a huge role in the tournaments because we're all better now, and everybody wants to see who's the best. How do you determine who's the best? By who wins the tournament. Well, when we win tournaments, what do we want? We want to win money. And that's why tournaments have evolved, is money. It's not like it used to be. It used to be, you won the Miami Billfish tournament, that was awesome. It was a big prestige thing. I won the Miami Billfish tournament. You had a bunch of tournaments. You had the Masters tournament that Dan Kipnis used to run. Dan and I used to do a tournament called the Sailfish Tournament. There was the Keys Triple Crown back then. And those were big prestige things. The Reef Cup, big prestige thing. The Reef Cup, I think, is trying to make a comeback into being the prestigious tournament that it was, but they have drastically fallen off in the last 3 or 4 years.
Why do you think that tournament has fallen off? I have my opinion on it as why I think.
Yeah, I know why, but I don't know that I want to say it on the radio, on the podcast. It's just not run by the same as it was before.
Okay, because I also think that there might be a little bit of like this going on with the Reef Cup, and
it's always been that way.
Not like letting a lot of the more competitive teams.
It's always been that way.
And that might be holding it back.
There was a time years ago that it was just the members, and that's how it started. Was the Reef Cup was a members-only tournament. I mean, you could hire crew from wherever, but it was a members-only. You had to have a member on the boat to fish tournament. And then there was a time where they evolved a little bit, and they started letting some invited guests come in. And then they got tired of getting their ass kicked by the Miami guys because they had allowed kite fishing. And the Miami guys came down there for 2 or 3 years, and they would, basically the whole top 10 would be Miami guys, and the Ocean Reef guys were down below because all they wanted to do was live ballyhoo fish. So what did the Reef Cup do? They said, this is our members tournament. We're getting embarrassed. They stopped the Miami guys from coming, and they disallowed the kites. So now they went back to 4 ballyhoo out of the riggers. That's it. You're only allowed 4 lines. And I think, and they had a 3-year stretch there that it blew 30 to 35 every day of the tournament. Well, people got tired of that. They just got tired of getting beat up. The sailfish aren't really there in numbers in January.
Yeah, I was going to say that for the date that tournament is, and for the Keys, it's April would probably make more sense, or March would make more sense for that tournament.
Well, they've changed it.
Yeah, they have.
Yes, it's going to be the week after our Jimmy Johnson tournament now.
Gotcha.
So it'll be the week after us, and now they're going to allow kite fishing again. But what they're going to do is they're going to handicap you. If you fish live ballyhoo, you get 2 points for every sailfish you catch. If you fish kites, you get 1 point.
Yeah, at least it's something. I got nothing. I got news for you though, but I think those kite guys might catch the fish more. 3 to 1 versus.
They're going to slaughter them.
Yeah.
It's well, first of all, everybody's going to be kite fishing. If there's a handful of boats that are ballyhoo fishing, I'll be surprised. Everybody will be kite fishing.
Yeah.
So, and it'll probably be
unless
good.
Halfway through the day, you need to make up some ground. You pull the kites in.
You have to declare before.
You have to declare before.
You have to declare each morning. You have to declare.
I don't think that you should have to. I think that you should use that as part of your strategy.
Remember, this is a gentleman.
What if you're behind?
Can you switch? Can you do ballyhoo one day and kite the next day?
Yes, you could switch day, but you can't switch during the day. So you have to declare in the morning what you're going to do.
That makes sense. No wind, ballyhoo.
That's what I was going to say. The wind would play a big part of the strategy.
No. In March, there'll be enough wind to fly kite.
Yeah, March.
We're going to, I mean, and if there's no wind, what do we do for kite fishing? We put helium balloons on the back of the kites. So the guys are going to kite fish. Mm-hmm. The diehard ocean reef guys, they may try to stay and ballyhoo fish, but if they do, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But to me, the biggest evolution of tournaments is the money.
Correct.
Who talks the owners into fishing which tournaments? The captains. Which tournaments do the owners want to fish? The ones that give out the most money.
The money.
What does the Jimmy Johnson tournament do? Gives out the most money.
Yep.
So that's why everybody wants to fish it.
It's not just that, though, too, with that tournament, though.
Well,
it also, from the owner's perspective as well, I mean,
that's how we've been able to maintain it.
It's a treat of a show to be involved in that one.
We've been able to maintain what we've done because you were with us. We started 10 years ago with 12 boats or whatever it was down in Key Largo, and now we're at 85 boats 10 years later. The reason we've been able to build and everything is because Todd and Valerie are without peer when it comes to putting on events. They know how to put on the best show in town.
It's without debate.
Yeah. I mean, you've been to every one of the awards banquets right next to me. I mean, we have 1,500 people at Hard Rock for an awards banquet. You know, take over the entire pool deck, open bars everywhere, and unbelievable food. And the Hard Rock believes that nobody waits in line. So you have food stations set up all around the pool deck, and you have bars set up all around the pool deck so that you don't have to wait in line to go get a drink, and you don't have to wait in line to get your food.
That's a really good point. I never really noticed that until you just brought that up. Every time you go there, you're just kind of just walking up and getting whatever you want.
They don't believe in lines.
Yeah.
And we found that out because one year down in when we were still at the Big Chill, there was a line. And they said, that can't happen. Next year, however many servers, however many bars we need to set up, however many food stations we need to set up, we set up because we cannot have lines.
Yeah, the cool thing, too, is with the Hard Rock as a partner and everything that they've done with the just weighted lines is just one thing.
Yeah,
but bring that tournament to the next level. I was recently on a podcast with HMY Yachts just 2 weeks ago, and they were asking me a bunch of questions about the Jimmy Johnson because they know my association with the tournament, and they're calling it the Super Bowl, of shellfish tournaments, which it totally completely is. But
and you get the Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, and they were asking me, about the guitar and everything, and I said, well, one thing about the guitar is I'll have you know, and the reason that we started doing it is this is a testament to Todd and Val, and making everyone not just feel like a team. It is a team. It is a group of loyalty.
Oh yeah,
that runs this thing. And I said, well, when we got the Hard Rock as a sponsor, and I said to them, and let me rephrase that. When I said we got the Hard Rock, that's what it felt like. Like when
we did,
we got the Hard Rock, and then so we
Todd
wanted to
did
do
it.
something. Yeah,
but we did it.
But we felt like we got the Hard Rock now. We're moving this tournament forward and everything. Of course, Todd did it for sure.
Well, Todd did it, but how was he able to do it?
Right,
because of you, and because of the rest of our team that puts the tournament together, and we've made a great show for the first 5 years leading up to the Hard Rock. And that's a testament to all of us who put in a lot of work. I mean, obviously Todd carries the lion's share, but I mean,
the reason I brought it up was because that really is a testament to them, because everyone around them, right,
is the best.
Feels that from them,
yes,
right, and feels that loyalty, and that's what it takes to make a great team. Right.
And we have a great team, and Todd, to me, the sign of a great leader, the sign of a great captain on a boat. Mm-hmm. You surround yourself with talent. I mean, like me as a captain, I'm only as good as those two mates in the cockpit. I mean, if I don't have two really good mates, then I'm going to look terrible. Mm-hmm. And Todd has hired and brought in what he feels is the best of the best, which I think he's done. And we've been able to keep this going for 10 years because of his leadership. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's our inner circle. It's our circle of people that he handpicked and brought in to make this all happen. And it's been a huge success story. And, we're 10 years into it and got another 20 to go, I hope.
Absolutely. I see no reason why not. It's funny. Guess who came in here last week? It was Chris Osceola popped into the studio.
He's awesome.
And that was such a treat for us that he came in. Now, he ended up, when we did the helmet for the national championship, he ended up winning that at auction. So he came by to pick it up, and we were talking.
Well, doesn't he buy the guitar every year at the auction?
Yeah, every year. So he refuses to let anyone else buy it. But it was so cool having him in here, and then hearing about all the great things that the Hard Rock have upcoming. They just signed the
big legislation for them.
They just signed the new compact with Governor DeSantis. So I just want to actually take this moment to applaud Seminole Nation and all that they've been able to accomplish, and with our great governor. I asked Chris about that, and he said that Governor DeSantis was amazing to work with throughout the entire process. So,
I believe it.
Yeah. And great things coming for the Seminole tribe.
I think great things are coming for the state of Florida because of the Seminole
100%,
tribe.
100%.
The state of Florida is going to reap the benefits of it. Maybe not quite as much as the Seminole tribe does, but I mean, I think we're supposed to get $50 million a year or $25 million a year for the next.
I have no idea with that, but he was very, very.
It's $500 million in the next 5 years, I think, is what the state of Florida is to get. Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I heard some representative senator in the House saying, I don't know how much I like this, but I really like the money, so I'm voting for it.
Oh, really?
Yes. The money that's going to go to the state is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be lawsuits and everything else, but hopefully it all ends up going through and it happens because it'll be a great thing for the state of Florida.
I think it'll be a great thing. I don't see the problem with it.
I don't either, but there's always going to be somebody to complain.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but now we got off on a tangent because the tournaments have evolved so much. Now, there's other tournaments out there that they don't put on the shows like we do, but they don't get the participation that we do. The captain is the one who's going to say, hey, boss, we need to fish this tournament. It's going to pay out $1 million.
Right.
Well, you know what? If we go and the boss gets a T-shirt and a 5-gallon bucket that says the name of some sponsor on the side of it, what's he going to do? He's going to be like, oh, yeah, well, we lost, and I just spent, $20,000 fishing that tournament, and I got a bucket and a T-shirt. Well, now somebody could not win any money and still go to all the events, plus our gifting suite. I mean, you know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
You're a part of it. Our gifting suite is just ridiculous what we give away at our gifting suite. And the guy walks away, and he goes, wow, this was really cool. We had a great time.
For those of you guys watching from New Jersey or listening up in New Jersey or even the Maryland area, because you might come over for the tournament from there, and we do have a big following up there, I just want everyone to understand what he's talking about with the gifting is unlike anything that any tournament up there or
any tournament anywhere has ever done.
You guys are in for a treat with that one. Yeah, just wait.
Well, we're going to, up in Atlantic City, we're going to have the parking lot. You've never been to Atlantic City. Okay, there's a giant parking lot right next to the marina. Mm-hmm. And I've only been because we went up there to do site surveys and all. I mean, it's a huge parking lot. And Todd's going to tent the whole thing. And then like we do down here where we have it all, you walk through and basically you're shopping through the downstairs of the Hard Rock. Well, they're going to do that all there. So you're going to go to all the different sponsors and get your whatever from each one of the sponsors underneath this big gifting suite. And then there's going to be live bands and music all the time, and it's going to be crazy insane.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were riding in the car with Todd and Valerie. I don't even remember where we were going, but we were going somewhere. And just ideas just pop out of that man's head. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Todd, your brain never stops, does it? Well, I said, I don't even know how you sleep because the ideas that you keep just pop into your head are amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at the South Beach Seafood Festival. I mean, they do an unbelievable job there. They have 15,000 people a day at that thing.
Right.
And that's Todd and Valerie. they're amazing at putting on events.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just there to help with the fishing.
Yeah, and, well, you do a great job with that. I mean, that's for sure. And I got to say, too, as a testament to you as well. They're fortunate to have a guy like you running the show.
Well, they came to me 10 years ago, and we've been together since, and hopefully we'll be together forever. And, I mean, we put a lot of time into the rules. I mean, I basically write them and then take them to them, and we go over them, and they're like, well, can we do this? Can we do that? And they tweak them a little bit, but I write all the rules. And, like, for Atlantic City, I haven't fished up there. Mm-hmm. But I have a lot of friends that have. So I reached out to several of my friends that are regulars up there. They fish up there every year. Jeff Emerald, Danny Scotty, Chester Sims. Mm-hmm. And I said, guys, I need your help. And they're like, no problem. I said, here's what I want you guys to do. I'm going to write the rules the way I think they should be. And then I'm going to send each one of you a copy of it. And I said, but please don't just briefly peruse them. Mm-hmm. I want you to nitpick them to death and tell me what I can do and what I can't do. And they all did. And, I mean, they were invaluable to get the rules right. Because, I mean, you know as well as I do, if we go to Atlantic City and we screw up, we're done.
Yeah, that is true.
You cannot make a mistake.
The first year is always the most important year.
Right. So I cannot make a mistake with the rules.
Yep. That's smart.
So I think we have them. I think we've got them nailed down really, really well. I mean, Chester and those guys and Danny, they were huge, huge help for me.
We're going to have some influence of ours up there, too. I know Native Sun's going to be
I think we have 10 boats from Miami
10
up there.
boats? Wow. Going up. I know when Chris was here, he was talking about heading up with the BD boys and maybe fishing that as well. When I talked to him last, he said he was going. I know Contender's sending one of their boats up to fish. I don't know if Chester. I think Chester will be there if they don't go to the Pacific. Yeah.
Rob Gautier will be there on the Bar South. And I think Todd told me there were 10 boats going to be up there.
Oh, wow.
8 to 10 boats? I think it's 10.
That's great.
That are coming up there.
South Florida's bringing the thunder.
Well, we went down.
No, we got to represent.
We went down to Ocean Reef and took over till they kicked us out.
Hey, we got to represent, right? We always claim that we're the best of the best, right? We got to put our money where the
HMY Vince Austin. You got to know Vince Austin. Mm-hmm. He's going to be up there fishing. So
excellent.
Yeah, it should be. It should be epic. Is what I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's the exciting part about it is going to be we don't know what's coming to the dock at the end of each day.
Yeah.
It could be a guy that's weighing in a 75-pound white marlin, or it could be a guy weighing in a 1,000-pound blue marlin.
Right.
We don't know.
Right. That's the interesting thing, too, I think, is with our method of tournaments. This is really a heavy marlin tournament.
Yes.
We're mostly used to doing sailfish tournaments, so
it's
going to be kind of cool.
Yes, this is, sailfish count as a few points, but it's mainly a blue marlin and a white marlin, and it's a kill tournament if they're a certain size.
I think, I wonder, are the FFMD guys, are Paul and them?
I believe they're going to be there.
They're going to be fishing that, and I don't imagine that they would miss that.
No, I'm sure they're going to be there.
And I want to give a shout-out to our boys on the Blood Money up there.
Okay.
Fishing on that casing.
What about the HMY guys?
The HMY guys, yep. Shout out to my HMY guys.
Yeah, I believe they're going to be there.
Yep. Well, how could they not be there?
I believe Viking is going to be some sort of a sponsorship before it's all said and done.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that's a no-brainer.
You would think.
Yeah.
But, they do a lot of tournaments and everything, so they got to figure out a niche for us in their budget. And in all honesty, if you look at it from their point of view, they don't know us.
Right.
We got to prove ourselves.
Right.
I'm fully confident
that
we will.
About that.
Yeah, I have no doubt that we will.
Proving ourselves is the easy part.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a long time now. Mm-hmm. I think we're pretty dadgum good at it.
Yep.
So, I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's a lot of tournaments up there. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to go up there and try to reinvent the wheel. Because, some of those tournaments that have been around for 50, 60 years, obviously it's very successful. But our thing is I don't want to be exactly the same as all those tournaments. I mean, I could have looked at the rules for those other tournaments and just pulled it all out and pasted it on a thing and said, okay, here's our rules. Well, I don't want to do that.
Right, here's our rules. Slap Jimmy Johnson's name on it. Be done with it.
And be done with it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that.
No, we don't roll like that.
Yeah, we want to be different. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but we have to have something that changes us. Obviously, our events and all that will set us apart from everybody else because of the way we do events. But most of those tournaments up there don't do anything for releases. I mean, if you win the release category, you might win $20,000.
Right.
You know, or maybe it's $50,000. But if we're having a $2,500 side, you know, a category, $2,500, let's say we get 50 boats in it. You're going to pay out $100,000. If we get 100 boats in it, if we do get 100 boats in the tournament, we're going to be paying out $200,000. I mean, that's real money.
That's not bad for a new category.
Yeah, that's real money. That's not, you know, $50,000 for, you know, oh, yeah, you won a release division. You know, it's going to be a big part of our tournament. And how do we determine who wins the tournament? Okay, now, if you win, you catch the biggest blue marlin, biggest white marlin, or the biggest tuna. Those three categories. They're all going to pay out the exact same. I think it's $175,000 for each one of those categories. Don't quote me on that. So, who wins the tournament? Most points? We don't have a most points. So, most money. So let's say you won a daily and you caught the biggest blue marlin, and you won a daily and you caught the biggest white marlin. Well, now you got two boats tied. Well, now the release division comes in because maybe you won a daily or part of the release money, and now that puts you over the top, and that's going to determine the winner.
Interesting.
The money is going to determine who gets the ring, because, you know, we're all about the ring.
All about the ring.
So,
and all about the money.
Well, we're about the money, but, you know, Jimmy Johnson, we got to have that Super Bowl ring. So,
you know, that's the funny thing is I talk to, I'm not going to name names, but there's some fishermen that I know that they really want that ring. They really feel like they're cementing their legacy.
It's a Super Bowl of fishing.
Ring. Yeah, money fades.
Yeah, so
rings are forever.
Yeah, so it's all about the ring. So how do we determine who wins the ring? Whoever wins the most money wins the ring.
So comparing it to some other tournaments up there, let's say you catch 10 little white marlin in a day. Doesn't count for anything.
Counts for the release division.
Counts for the release division, right. But I'm not talking about for the Jimmy Johnson. I'm talking about for other tournaments. So now it does, but like you said, it doesn't really.
They just don't pay out a much
money. Doesn't really amount to much.
Yeah, it's not. That's what they're about.
So the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Basically, is my point. You're not going to sit there and invest all this time in videography and getting the release right and everything.
None of those other tournaments do you have to video. So if you come in and say, "Oh, I caught 10 white marlin today," did you?
Oh, it's just the honor system.
It's the honor system. Now, nobody is going to fish for big money.
That doesn't work well with a lot of money in play.
Right. Exactly what I was going to say. Nobody's going to fish for big money on the honor system.
Yeah.
They want verification.
You can run the Cove tournament here on the honor system, no problem, and everyone's going to be completely honest about it because it's all us local boys doing it, and we all know who we are. And we're going to say, yeah, all right. Art caught 5, the rest of us caught 3. We believe that.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
But you look at the Reef Cup. We'll slide back to the Reef Cup for a second. That's why there's no money in a Reef Cup, because it's all the honor system. It's all about prestige down there.
So this is a little bit of a game changer. So now all this little white marlin you're going to catch all during the day, it's not the big white marlin. You're still going to get credit.
You're still going to get points. You still have a chance to win real money. I mean, potentially it could be more money than catching the biggest white marlin. Potentially, depending on how many boats get in that category, but potentially it could be more money. We may be changing the way the people think up there.
Wouldn't be the strangest things I've ever heard.
We may be changing that thought process from a kill tournament to a release tournament. Because if we have 100 boats, it's going to pay out more money than killing one of the fish.
I just hope everyone gets into it and has a good time and enjoys us being there and says, hey, this is a cool thing, this is a cool new thing, and everyone embraces it.
But we know that's going to happen.
But this is what I'm saying, though. I got a feeling that is going to happen, and other tournaments are going to be like, oh, maybe we should do that release thing, too. Yeah.
You're going to be there. I'm going to be there. All the cool people are going to be there. It's going to be a good time.
I'm cool.
So,
Well, definitely with a haircut like that, you're definitely going to be considered one
you know,
of the people now. Right?
You're pretty cool, Brick.
Liz?
Yeah. I'm going too.
Liz is going to be there.
She's going to go.
I almost said a bad word right there. That's awesome. Yeah, I almost did. I mean, I'm a captain. I'm a sailor. What do they say? Cuss like a sailor?
Mouth like a sailor, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the epitome of that phrase. Yeah.
Nice.
So for me to go this long without dropping any really bad words, it's pretty impressive, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that Atlantic City is going to be epic.
Nice. I agree.
It's going to be epic.
I can't wait for it to be here.
And I know Todd has
Ready to
got
roll.
a bunch already signed up. He's doing deals with rooms. He's doing deals with dockage. It's going to be epic.
Nice. And it'd be interesting to see how the whole casino.
Now, when you go
aspect
up,
of-
what are you going up? Do you know yet?
I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to be there for the entire week just yet, or if I'm going to do like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday thing. That's the part I'm still trying to work out right now. But I could go Tuesday through Saturday, but I don't know yet.
I'll probably be there Saturday till Sunday,
Yeah.
like 10 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Here is what I'm going to tell you. What are you taking with you?
What am I? A bottle of Papa's Pilar rum.
Besides that, I mean, are you going to be painting? Do you need a carrot?
that's
Do you need?
I was just gonna.
I
was
led you
gonna
right into
pack
that
a
one.
backpack. I was gonna put a sandwich in there and a bottle of rum. I was gonna go.
We'll feed you the rest of
They
the week.
have
don't
art
worry.
supplies. They sell art supplies up there. Don't
Well,
they?
do you need? If you need, I'm driving.
Are you?
That truck out there, we're not going to mention,
Okay.
much as I want to. I'm driving
Sorry,
that up,
Mr. Wildstein.
and I'm getting a bed cover for it from the same people that I bought the truck from.
Okay.
So the bed will be covered. So if you need to send stuff up, I'll take it up for you.
All right. It's good to know. It's good to know.
You know, I don't know what you might need or you don't want to fly with or whatever.
Okay.
So
We could throw Nicole in the back.
Give her some
I mean,
food.
we don't
I
have
only
to.
said that because she's not here anymore.
I don't think we have to throw her in the bed.
Is she still here?
No, she left.
She left, right? All right.
We don't have to throw her in the bed. We can put her in the back seat. We have a back seat,
All right.
a roomy one, because it's a
Yeah.
It's a large vehicle.
I got a feeling she'll fly.
probably.
But
So
I'm not riding with him.
easy. I don't blame you. I wouldn't ride with me either. No, but I got to make stops on the way because we're going to have the coin-operated boat in Charleston. So on the way up, I'm going to drive there, stop, and spend the night on the boat. That way I could check on the boat, make sure everything's
are you
fine.
going to stop off in Charleston?
Yeah,
Oh, then I'm going to ride with you.
bring it.
There we go. See, that's the whole drop in Charleston.
Connected by water.
Yeah, I was about to
Something
say.
special is going to be happening in Charleston. Watch.
Connected by water.
Connected by water.
I want you.
Charleston.
Why don't you paint us a pirate? Yes,
Okay.
I am throwing down the gauntlet right now, or a Viking.
Yes.
One of the two. I mean, you come on.
Pirates versus Vikings.
Oh,
I can do a Viking on a Viking boat, right? Through putting up a couple of kites,
there you go.
right?
Perfect. Or a pirate ship.
Right? Or a pirate ship. Trolling
Four lures out the back.
yeah, trolling some lures. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Viking sail fishing because they're kind of almost
Right.
like in a center console.
Yeah,
of
right.
Viking,
That's
right?
what I mean, because it's an open fisherman.
Right. So we got kites on that, and then we have the pirate ship with a spread out, marlin fishing.
Pulling the squid chain.
I mean,
Sounds like $1 million idea, Brick.
probably not, but somebody might like it.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap it up here, okay? And I just want to thank you for coming on and getting your hair cut in front of us.
Yeah.
Our Kelly sent us a note here. She said, "Have a great day, Dennis. Hope he likes it."
Don't we need to pay that woman?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We'll take care of it. She's right next door.
Okay.
And we got a text message
Uh-oh.
from Jen Copeland,
Oh, dear God.
who says, "Brick's hair, thank you."
Jen
So
Copeland
thank
from
you for that text
Marlin
message, Jen.
Magazine. I'm
Yes.
surprised she didn't say, tell him to write his Wahoo article.
So Jen just texted me and said, I just looked at it and saw that. That's great. Thank you, Jen. For
We
that.
love
that,
Jen.
Jen, that text made my day. Thank you.
Jen's awesome.
So, all right. We're going to wrap it up here with a couple of messages about our good friends. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, preferably a Ram truck, call our good friends at Joey Carty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're going to hook you up. They're going to give you a great deal, especially if you drop my name and say you're from Connected by Water. You might get a good deal. Right? I'm pretty sure you will. We want to also remind you that if you're feeling cool, which you usually are, and you want to relax and have a nice drink at the end of the day or on the weekend when you're not at work, unlike me, who drinks at work because I'm contractually obligated to, grab yourself a bottle of Papa's Pilar rum. We got the dark rum, we got the Marquesas, we got the blonde, and we got that wonderfully beautiful sherry cask, which is my preference.
Are you drinking a sherry Coke right now?
We are not drinking a sherry Coke right now because I'm all out.
Okay.
But I got to get more.
You're out?
I'm all out of the sherry cask.
Hint.
Yeah. So it's a limited run. I only got a handful of those bottles, so handful.
Yeah.
All right. Also, if you're in town and you're hungry, stop by our good friends over there at Papa's Raw Bar and order something off their Connected by Water sushi menu. It is the Connected by Water sushi menu, featuring wonderful rolls from the OCD roll, the Tsukiji roll, the Jumbo-licious roll. Do you know any other ones on there? They got the Pelagic-inspired rolls and all that. Eat, drink, and be local is what they say. And I want to also remind everyone, Papa Migos is up and rising in Pompano, and they make their wonderful sushi tacos. And they have their location here at the Bailey Arts District in Pompano, and they're just opening up their Coconut Creek location this week. And we may or may not be doing some murals in there. We are doing some murals in there. We are doing some apparel with them. We're doing a lot of work with Papa Migos, and we enjoy those people very much. Also, if you're riding out on the boat, if you're currently riding on the boat and you hear this and you don't have an EPIRB on the board, please do yourselves a favor and turn around, get back to shore, go grab one, and then head back out again, right? Because you need that on your boat no matter who you are and what you do. Right?
It is National Safe Boating Week, so this is a good week to do it.
This is why
Why he's there?
Justin is in the room, because he knows crap like that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
For chiming in on
Stay
that.
safe, everyone.
National what?
Safe Boating Week.
National Safe
National
Boating
Safe
Week.
Boating
Yes.
Week. So,
And did you know they passed a new law?
well, hold on. I want to just say real quick that the reason, if you're going to get the EPIRB, and the reason we want to say is because our good friends at ACR are providing you with the science of survival. So, tell me about the new law.
There is a new law that you have to wear the engine shutoff tether if you're driving a boat now on a center console.
Law was passed, I believe, in 2018, but now they're enforcing it.
It is now in effect.
As of April 1st.
Interesting.
So you have to wear that little red curly Q string.
If you have a center console,
if you have,
Yeah.
yep.
the sport fish market's going to go through the roof.
Well, you don't have them on the sport fish boats, but the sport center console outboard boats, we all have them. It is now required by law to wear it.
Very nice.
Pick up
I want to remind everyone, if they want to keep the sun off your eyes, give our friends at Maui Gym a look up online. Go visit them at one of their locations and check out their wonderful glasses. I have to say, one of the things, the main thing that I like about the Maui Gym family, the Ohana, they call it, is it's just a group of wonderful people that are dedicated to their craft and creating the best sunglass in the market. It is 1,000%. I told you guys at lunch last week why. There are scientific reasons why it's the best polarization science in the world. Their customer service is impeccable. They're just one of the best sunglass company in the world. Sorry to anyone else who thinks differently, but you're wrong. I want to give a shout out to our good friends at Olokai, the best shoe company on the planet, and another Ohana of mine that I'm involved with. So from flip flops to casual wear to some pretty cool footwear that's out there.
Camera can't see it, but you're wearing Olukais right now.
I'm always wearing Olukais.
Yeah. Looks comfy.
Awesome.
There we go. Look at that.
So, yeah, for sure. And I want to give a shout out to our good friends at CV Boats. So, if you go online to shop.cvboats.com, you can shop the Friel collection and get everything you need, from performance gear to casual wear. We've designed it all, and we're very proud of that line. So, All right. Do you want to drop anything else? Oh, sign up for the if you're in the New Jersey or Ocean City, Maryland, Mid-Atlantic area, sign up for the Jimmy Johnson Atlantic City tournament. It's sure to be something special. If you don't know by now, if you haven't heard by now everything that we've been through for the past 10 years, you wanted a little bit of feeling and flavor of that up in your area, please sign up today. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. That's for sure. Yeah.
It's going to be epic.
How were your drinks today? Did Liz do a pretty good job? Or
Did I do a good job?
Yeah. Looks delicious.
Thank you. You were on point for when last sip.
I mean,
she was
boom,
right there.
she was right
Yep.
there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Sorry
Thanks
for
having
forcing
me.
you to get mic'd up.
What? It's okay.
Awesome.
She's a great stage.
Why, you
Willingly
don't
or
want it?
forcing.
You don't want to talk?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Give us some parting words.
Have a great day. Catch them up.
Perfect.
Tight lines.
Perfect.
Well played.
Well
Nice.
played.
All right, cool. Your ego is not your amigo. Always do your best, and at the end of the day, just make sure you let God do the rest. And do not ever forget that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we are always
Connected by water.
Thank you, sir.